Best books to start investing in real estate. Before the end of this video, you're going to go through and learn a lot about some of the most phenomenal books that I've read out there and that are out there just for your real estate knowledge, so you have a good base going forward. Surprisingly, my very first few books have nothing to do with real estate, but they have to do with the real estate up here. Not real estate like houses, but the real estate up here, which is the most important. So, the very first book I recommend to everybody, surprisingly, is How to Win Friends and Influence People. Why? You got to think about this. You're in a new space. You're managing time, money, you're managing people is the most important thing in the entire real estate investing market that you're going to have to learn to manage. Real estate is a lower point of entry. That means you're going to be dealing with all sorts of types of people and personality types. And in doing so, you got to make sure that you're getting your way. And persuasion and truly showing interest in people is one of the ways. So I always start with how to win friends and influence people, because you want these people on your side. If you think about it, these contractors and tradespeople have other people fighting for their attention. And so who do they want to work with? They want to work for somebody and work with somebody that they actually like and that they appreciate, and that appreciates them for that matter. So in doing so, How to Win Friends and Influence People is the number one book that I start off with. Again, why? You're managing the largest asset, largest, most expensive thing that you've ever had. Budgets and timelines and all these things are taken into consideration. And who's driving these? Your tradespeople. So you want to make sure that the people that are working on the projects, you're able to get them on your side and be a champion for the project with you. The next book is a very similar book written at around the same time as Think and Grow Rich. A lot of us have limiting beliefs on ourselves. That includes myself as well. A lot of us do, and we have to have those breakthroughs, and we have to have a different mindset in doing so. And so reading books and writing things down, you want to be able to do this. Think and Grow Rich is just a different perspective on how some of the most successful, wealthiest people in the time the book was written, on what their thoughts and their belief systems were, and help them in becoming successful. And one of the big things is a shift in the way that you see success. That's why I recommend that book second. In no particular order, we're going to go through a handful of books, and the reason why I recommend them is because the spectrum of topics that I'm going to give to you are just to give you reference of how many different types of books or real estate investing books that are out there. And all of these are very specific in their own niche. For example, one of the very first books that I recommend is Brandon Turner's book, the book on investing in real estate with little or no money down. That's one, because a lot of people say, hey, I don't have money to get started in real estate investing. If you're looking for a book and you have that mindset that you need money, this is a great resource for you, not just from getting into low point of entry real estate, but also the mindset as well. Check that book out. Maybe if you're looking at rental properties, Robert Aziz's book on rental property investing for beginners. If you are looking at, that's where you want to get going, is in rental properties. It's a phenomenal book. I suggest you start there. Here's one that I really like. I've had to do this. That's The Long Distance Real Estate Investor by David Green. I've had to invest in out of state. This book is phenomenal in making sure that you're capturing everything. I've gone out and I've invested out of state, and you want to make sure that you have teams set in place. You want to make sure that you have checkpoints. You don't want to be taken advantage of when you invest in out of state. This is a great book and resource for you to make sure that you have all your systems put in place when investing out of state. The Real Estate Wholesale Bible by Than Merrill is another phenomenal way to get started in real estate, especially if you're looking at wholesaling. I recommend the book actually to pretty much everybody so you can find those deals and be able to capitalize more on your time and energy. Having a resource and systems put in place for wholesaling will help you identify those opportunities and be able to exit them as well. Dan Merrill's The Real Estate Wholesaling Bible. Check it out. Maybe you're thinking a little bit bigger and you want to get into the commercial aspect of real estate or apartments. So Brian Murray's, his book, Crushing It in Commercial and Real Estate Investing, is phenomenal. You'll want to read that book. The best book of them all, Truth or Comfort. I'm a little biased. This is my book, but for sticking with us and watching this episode, I'm going to give you a copy of Truth or Comfort free. Click on the link below to get yours.